So, thank you, Lisa and Cindy, for introducing me to Japanese men that look awfully like women sometimes. So one time I was asked to go help set up for a band in the, again, middle of nowhere. There's a lot of middle of nowhere in northern Ontario, I guess. But they were making their trip. This band was making their trip from, I guess, across the country. They're making their way down to Toronto for a music fest, and they're opening for, I believe, Blue Oyster Club, something. I want to say Blue Rodeo, but I was asked to go set up for this band. So an hour and a half drive up to this bar, and it's middle of nowhere, surrounded by forests. There's some, I guess it was like a camp exclusive thing. There's a bunch of buildings in the back that had beds and stuff in them, and the whole building was like a giant log cabin, kind of like the one my brother's dad whitewater rafting company looks like in Revelstoke. So there's a little tie in there. It'll help me remember something else. We get there and we scout out the place. We find the corner that's like, I think it's by the entrance, but it's like the best corner for everyone to watch and not interrupt the band while going up to the bar and getting drinks and stuff like that. So we get them all set up, sound systems pristine, do music check or sound checks and all that stuff. And then they come in, and I think they were surprised that this backwater bar had this kind of sound setup, because my Uncle Rick owns like a studio and he has all this equipment. So it was top of the line setup. They come in and they get ready. They have a couple of drinks before they set up, and they start playing. And this, I'm surprised these guys didn't make it huge with the sound they're producing. It was like desert rock, or like harder country, like kind of like dead self stuff. I don't know. It was good. And I remember at the time I had a flip phone, a Samsung like flip phone that would shatter. Like the battery would pop out if it even thought about falling out of my pocket. But worked the entire high school career, so I guess that paid off. But at the time I had this phone, and I was like recording clips of their music and sending it to a bunch of people. I don't even know what it would sound like on that phone with the music blasting there. Probably just static, but no one seemed to complain. I don't know. That was back in the day. And anyways, they finished their set, and me and my uncle, because it was so late, we ended up staying in the cabins in the back. Same with the band. The band stayed back there. I don't know if that was part of the deal to get someone like that in there, or maybe they were just that brand new that they're just doing gigs anywhere they could. But we sat back there and we had a fairly good party. They were drinking, having a good time, telling stories, and just amazed by the music setup and stuff like that. And I think it was a few years later when I was in college, and I ended up in Toronto for a music fest, and there they were again playing at a bar, and I was like, shh. It was good times. Like their whole music and the band, when it comes on, it's all enjoyable. So here's 3,000 Miles by Dustin Bentall.